overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
It was a somber scene at Howard University in Washington, D.C., where Kamala Harris supporters gathered for her watch party. Harris did not speak last night. Instead, campaign co-chair came out to address the crowd.
We will continue overnight to fight to make sure that every vote is counted, that every voice has spoken. So you won't hear from the Vice President tonight, but you will hear from her tomorrow. She will be back here tomorrow.
Some Harris surrogates have already started assigning a blame, with some arguing over the choice of Tim Walz as VP candidate, others pointing to criticism from Democrats on her stand.
Hey, what up, y'all? Reporting to you live. Of course, I got the family Bible in my hand. If you haven't got yours yet, you already know, man, you slipping in your pimping, you slacking in your Mac, and we got a wild-ass year ahead of us, 2025. And it's my job to get y'all ready for this motherfucker and beyond. So, first thing I want to focus on today, man, we're not talking money, we're not talking AI, we're not talking guns, we're not talking none of that shit. I simply want to build with y'all on the importance of preparing your mindset for what's to come. Man, I saw so many people when Trump won that election, motherfuckers in the comments talking about, I ain't going to work tomorrow, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, my stomach in knots. Me personally, I don't even know how to get that vested into another motherfucker's life that it actually affects mine to the point where I'm going to stop making my money, I'm not going to be there for my family, I'm not going to be there for myself. Whatever the case is, but I understand we all different. Some of us haven't had the experiences and the teachings that I have, and some of us have. Whatever the case may be, though, we're going to crack open the family Bible. I'm going to give y'all some action steps, some activities, and some solutions to figure it out. And again, if you haven't got yours yet, you definitely want to get on it ASAP. Our pre-Black Friday sale is underway. After next week, they're no longer 95% off, and y'all going to pay a lot more for the same information. But let's get into it. On page 210, I talk about how not to give a fuck. And of course, I'm not going to read all this, way too much to read, we'll be here all day. But again, I'm going to give y'all a short synopsis, and hopefully y'all can do something with it. Number one, acceptance of what cannot be controlled, which is damn near everything. And I feel like when most of y'all accept this, y'all going to live a more peaceful life, and your life going to flow a lot better when you realize the world is full of uncontrollable variables. You can't do a motherfucking thing about that. Life and its occupants are going to do what they want to do. You simply only can control what you do and how you react to it. And that's only after a certain level of self-awareness, self-knowledge, studying your pattern, and so forth and so on. But let's talk about it. Understanding control versus influence. Begin by separating what you can control from what you can only influence and what's entirely out of your hands. This can include recognizing that you can't control other people's actions, external events, or outcomes of their efforts. Focus on instead how you respond, which is what I just said. Number two, practice radical acceptance. Radical acceptance is the idea of fully accepting reality as it is without resistance. This doesn't mean you agree with everything, but it allows you to conserve your energy and maintain inner calm when you're faced with the bullshit that life comes with. Number three, daily reminders and affirmations. Y'all know all about affirmations, man. Stop acting like y'all don't know this shit. Start each day by saying to yourself, I accept what I cannot change. I will focus on what is within my control. Repeating this daily or as needed reinforces your commitment to focusing only on things that you, not your mama, not your daddy, not your dog, not the government, that you can impact. Just focus on the shit that you can wrap your arms around and do something about. All this other shit is 1000% out of your control. You can't do a motherfucking thing about it. It's going to do what it got to do, whether you're involved or not. Next one, cultivating self-awareness and mindfulness. Meditation practice. Meditation is one of the most effective methods to increase self-awareness. Sitting with your thoughts in a quiet space allows you to observe them without judgment. I even put some apps in here. Apps like Headspace or Calm can help guide beginners. I know a lot of y'all are not privy to that. Meditation is something that took me a while to get into as well. I started maybe like 2016, but I really had to fly in professionals. And shout out to people like Spin City. Shout out to the mother of one of my children, Chelsea, who taught me meditation techniques that helped me take my mind elsewhere and really be still. I know a lot of y'all think y'all be still when y'all sleep. A lot of y'all think y'all be still when you're watching TV. Yeah, absolutely not, man. Your nervous system's still on a fucking roller coaster. Your mind's still going. And drop a one. A lot of us just simply, drop a one if you can relate. A lot of us just simply struggle to shut our mind off so we actually can be still and be present, not be in our thoughts, but literally just be present and practice gratitude and enjoy being a living and breathing human being. Nothing else. Not a mom, not a dad, not a worker, not a hustler, not some fucking bills, not somebody getting blown up, not World War III, but just simply being grateful that you actually still pumping oxygen out your lungs and you here to receive whatever the day come with. I'm gonna skip around to y'all. Developing a carefree and grateful attitude. More exercises, more action steps. Go create a gratitude journal. Cultivating gratitude shifts the focus away from what's lacking to what's already abundant in your life. Each night, this is an activity. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. Try to be specific, like I'm grateful for a cozy bed, or I'm thankful for the conversation I had with my friend. This too reinforces positive perspective and reduces feelings of scarcity or dissatisfaction. Man, I tell everybody this. You can't do shit about what's happening on Saturday. It's gonna happen. Just try to stick to the current, y'all. The shit that's already taking place, it is what it is, over and done with. And you worrying, like, there's not one fucking human in the world that was like, you know how I solved that problem? How? I just worry about that bitch to death and then it fixed itself. That's absolutely not going to happen. It doesn't work that way whatsoever. Bro, we already at 5? Well, shit, let's, and like I said, y'all, I'm going to continue to bounce around. There's no way in hell I'm reading this whole chapter to you again. If you're serious about it, you want to make the investment, and I keep telling you, mental fortitude going to be the basics that you need to get down pat going into 2025. If a motherfucker being elected as president uprooted your peace, had your stomach in knots, you couldn't eat, or you find yourself being argumentative with your family and your circle, you want some whole other shit, and you worry about something that you cannot control that's way bigger than you. And you need to just focus on self and what you can do to put yourself in a better position if you genuinely that concerned about the choices and the laws and policies that bro gonna pass along once he take place in January. So let's get back to it, right? Number 5, and again, I'm skipping around. I'm on page 212 for anybody that does have their family Bible. Steps to cultivate peace, happiness, and gratitude. Minimalist approach to life. Material possessions can clutter the mind as much as the home. Try simplifying your life by decluttering, both physically and mentally. Donate or sell items that you no longer need. Embrace the philosophy of less is more, focusing on quality and intentionality over quantity. And that's what a lot of us fuck up. I gave this example years ago, right, about social status. Social status is dangerous, right? Because we buy into this imagery that we have to have up to date and we have to have new this and new that. So we're accepted socially. We have to go purchase certain things. We have to have certain vacations and experiences. Man, if you're a fucking homebody, be a homebody. Sit your ass in the house. You don't got to go get a vacation. I mean, you don't got to take a vacation every 3 months to keep up with the gram. You don't got to go brunch here because that's just the most popular restaurant and you want to get your picture. A lot of y'all don't realize you driving yourself crazy by chasing an illusion. The reason it's an illusion, because a new restaurant going to come next month. A new Benz is going to be made every year. There's going to be new goddamn everything. So if you're chasing social status, you're never going to find peace. You're going to find yourself, you're going to find yourself in an anxious and ungrateful position every quarter throughout the year. Because every time you round your funds up and you work super hard to go get the shit that you thought was going to make you feel whole and complete, they going to make some new shit to make you feel less than again. And now you back in the same recurring cycle, chasing the Joneses, playing catch up, trying to look like every goddamn body else. Gratitude is so important, y'all. Focus more on what you have and stop stressing about what you don't have. Let me keep going. Daily gratitude walks. Take a 10 to 20 minute walk each day and observe your surroundings. Notice the trees, the sky, and the sounds around you. Use this time to reflect on things that you appreciate. Connecting with nature and noticing small details helps anchor you in your present. And I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you stargaze? Most people don't. We so caught up in what's down here that we forget the dope, amazing, phenomenal shit above us. We so worried about what so-and-so got on, what they gonna think about what we doing, how they gonna feel about the moves we making, that we just genuinely forget to appreciate the present and our surrounding environment. Some of y'all be on whole vacations and don't even stargaze because you gotta upload a motherfucking picture every 5 minutes so you can convince somebody that you're doing better than them and you living a whole lifestyle that you're not living. Which again is only temporary, then you back to being an economic slave that following Monday. And again, it's just a fleeting facade. It's nothing more than an illusion. Like I said, y'all, I'm gonna skip around. Living life on your own terms and feeling mentally free. And it's the last section I'm reading. I'm gonna say it again for the people that's serious about it. For the people that want to, again, when you get the family Bible, let me break this down real quick. You get access to the community. We have Bible study every Sunday at 7 p.m. We got movie night, game night, and we got a book club. We got a lot of shit going on. So I know a lot of y'all think it's just a Bible. That's probably because you don't read the description when you click the link and go decide if you want to get it or not, but it's way more than that. You get access to a community, hundreds of other people around the world in the nation who are on the same type of time, who got the same type of alignment. So like I said, get access to the community, find your tribe. We lock in 4 times a week. There's no way that you're gonna miss out and not be able to take something valuable from this experience after you purchase your family. And that's just what comes with it. What's in it is a whole nother ballgame. But anyway, cultivating gratitude and daily presence. Mindful exercises. Simple mindfulness exercises like noticing 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste, bring you back to the present. This sensory awareness is grounding and breaks overthinking loops. Practice non-attachment. This is a huge one. Shout out to my daddy. I think he taught me this on accident because he never used that verbiage, but he definitely taught me to not be attached to absolutely anything, to respect people's wishes, respect when people no longer want to fuck with me or want to be attached to me based off my decisions, and to live and die with the choices I make. So you're going to always, whether I got one motherfucker with me, 1,000, or I'm by myself, you're going to always see me stand up, chin up, chest out, firm handshake, eye contact, and I'm going to live and die with whatever choice I make while I'm down here in this existence. Try not to attach happiness or identity to external things, whether possessions, people, or outcomes. Instead, focus on values and inner qualities such as kindness, resilience, or compassion, which are less susceptible to external influences. Nightly reflection. Before bed, take a moment to reflect on the day and notice what went well, any moments of kindness or joy, and anything you are grateful for. This allows you to end your day on a positive note and primes your mind for peace. I know some of y'all went to bed last night stressing about a bill that you got no control over. You just ain't fucking got it. You're not gonna die if you lose one of your possessions because you couldn't make good on the bill. I know some of y'all went to bed stressing last night because Keisha ain't picked up that phone in 2 hours and this ain't like her. Motherfucker, practice gratitude. At least you got a phone. There's some motherfuckers living right now that have no means of communication. They can't reach out and tell somebody they love them at any time of the day. But you over there stressing because sis ain't picking up the phone. I go on and on, but I know it's a gang of people that's watching this video right now, and you went to bed with your anxiety out the roof, your nervous system on a roller coaster, and completely stressing about some shit that you can't control simply because you attached. I'm gonna keep going. Last one I'm reading, y'all, and we done. And like I said, if you're serious about it, hit the link below, DerekGrace2.com, get your family Bible, and join us. I'm gonna give y'all an action step. Action steps to embracing the flow of life without forcing outcomes. Here's the action step. Set weekly intentions and not goals. Instead of strict goals, set open-minded intentions like, I aim to be more present. I want to connect with people this week. Write them down on Sunday evening and review them each week. Number 2, trust exercises. Challenge yourself to let go in small ways. For example, if you're planning a social event, avoid micromanaging every detail. This builds trust in others and helps ease your need to control outcomes. Again, back to that control that we don't have. We just mentally trick ourselves into believing if we do the most, if we lose the most sleep, if we stay up later than everybody, we just grind, we're gonna get $1 million. No, it just simply ain't set up that way. I know some motherfuckers that work 10 times as hard as me. They never gonna see $20 million, unfortunately. Like, they cannot control people acknowledging them, clicking the link in their bio and buying something from them 200,000-300,000 times. They just can't control that. Like, other elements are gonna have to come into play and intertwine for them to get that outcome. But I don't give a fuck if you get up 7 hours longer than me and you do everything I don't do. If I got the resources, if I got the connections, I'm probably gonna get to the finish line way before you. That's just how life is set up. We don't control shit. And number 3, last one, practice, and again, y'all, I'm talking about embracing the flow of life without forcing outcomes. Practice detachment. At the end of each day, jot down one expectation you can release, such as I release my expectations to have everyone agree with me. This habit reinforces detachment and reduces frustration. And I'm gonna give y'all a real life example. I had to release the expectation that my children are gonna follow suit with everything I say, and they're gonna be all new, improved versions of me. I did all the work I could. I did as best as I could. I mean, y'all following, most of y'all know me for fatherhood. I've been doing this shit for a long time. I've been giving top tier information for a long time. I've been homeschooling for a long time. I've been making sure I'm in their ear and I'm in their face for a long fucking time. I'm not gonna personalize that shit if one of my daughters decide to grow up at 25 years old and wanna shake that ass for some cash. I did my part. I cannot leave with my expectation and go into a fit of depression and not be there for all my other children because I'm mad at this one because they did some shit that I wouldn't do. I have to respect their individuality. I have to respect that they see life from a different perspective. I have to remove my expectations, do what I can to get the fuck out the way so they could do what they do. All in all, y'all, we don't control a motherfucking thing. And when y'all make peace with that, y'all gonna have a lot more peaceful days and a whole lot more peaceful life. Again, like I said, y'all, when y'all serious, click the link in the bio, get your family Bible. As part of our pre-Black Friday sale, they're currently 95% off. Once they aren't, of course, that price is gonna go right back up. You're missing out on the Bible, you're missing out on the community, book night, movie night, game night, building with me every Sunday, and a lot more. I'll see y'all.